Hello. This is just for Andrea only, because she's never seen talking me before. Actually, she doesn't know how my face looks like. Does she? I don't know. This is my face, surrounded by darkness. Um, Nothing special to say. Perhaps for all my English speaking friends, which is of course much more than the German speaking friends. How did I come? How did human design find me? It was a quite strange process, and I shared it in the projector group already a few years ago when I entered it. So I've had a hard time, a kind of deconditioning thing with a 5-1 profile person, which I didn't know at that time because I didn't know anything about human design. So I met this person, I fell in love with this person, and everything has been complicated and not possible and stuff. And so I had to deal with many things, many pain, many prohibitions, many obstacles, to do some complicated communication because I have been in a relationship that time and I wanted to quit because I didn't find it fair to be in love with someone else and all that stuff. So life threw me into this hardcore encounter with it actually has been an encounter with old family tangles or maybe some big um, uh, yeah emotional contraction or something. I um I encountered what had been missing to unfold this open emotional or solar plexus center. And this is my view today. Uh, at that point, it has been 2012 actually. It just felt like I have to suicide myself because I won't survive that anyway. It has been so painful and so confusing and intense. And you have to know I'm coming out of therapy context. I learned lots of stuff, somatic experience from Peter Levine and family constellation and transaction analysis from Bernie and all that stuff. So I had my tools to cope the situation, but they actually didn't work out very well. So I had to I felt very lost in this process, um, and at the point where I actually gave up more or less, where I surrendered, I would say today, because I tried to suicide myself, and but in the moment of suicide, I realized that it's not me that wants to die, but this old um, old patterns or old chains wanted to die, and this was a moment of surrender, and more or less all around this surrender, a manifestor called me. I didn't even know what a manifestor is, but she told me that she's a manifestor and she has a good system for me to talk about and wanted to show it to me in an example analysis of my person. And so I gave her the dates, and so she told me some significant significant things about my energy type, the projector, and that was so significant that I didn't have any doubt at that moment, because it has been the first time that someone described all right on the point what I have experienced more or less 30 years before. So, or for 30 years. Um, Excuse my mistakes in English. Um, so what she said to me has been has been words finally for that, what I knew about me, what I sensed about me, what was my deep sense of self realization, or self blooming or something like that. And she told it right to the point, and that made me believe, or no, believe is the wrong word, maybe made me trust in that system, human design. So uh, it still has been a difficult situation, and I had no money and no work, and everything was difficult. But I found ways to study the human design without spending any money, and even when I needed to buy something, so spend money on something um, for the human design, the money um, it came back immediately. So this has been a very interesting process, as if human design wanted me to study it. I found a kind of fluent way to spend some money for it, studying it, earning some money. So it opened a space where everything had been in a flow, and it was so fascinating for me to have found a description for all that stuff that I have felt before for so many years, and which was so difficult to describe it in a differentiated way. Um, so, um, so finally, I went on and went on, and it's still like this, that the human design system draws me into it. So for a projector, it would be more correct to say perhaps it invites me to go into it, but it's not really true. It draws me into it, and so I'm still going on with it, and it's still fascinating, not boring. Things are boring so fast for me, but I'm 5 years now with the human design system, and it's still so interesting and so new, and I'm discovering new things and talking with people about it and sharing experiences, and that's this and that. Um, and now in my 5th year of, of deconditioning, maybe, um, I start to discover uh, a few new things. So maybe I come into a space where hidden things can unfold finally, at least a little bit. And I'm very curious how this will go on.